Shalom, shalom, shalom. Israelite wheat here from Teshua out here harvesting today. I wanted to do a quick video to just give you an insight of what production today from the smaller plot of land that is easy to do. Let me turn off my radio. This is how we communicate here in the community because it's so large, so everyone has a radio. But I'm harvesting broccoli today. As you can see, here's one wheelbarrow nearly full. I will show you what I've harvested today. We're going to get some rain, so I'm in the process of trying to get this broccoli cut today because we have so much abundance of it, and I want to share some more things with you. So hang on for a moment, all right? I'll be right back. All right. Shalom again, Teshua, Yisraya. Greetings from Teshua. I'm trying to keep you abreast of the harvest. You see the garden today, it's somewhat dreary, so you may find drops on the camera. But look at the broccoli that we're harvesting. Diplomat, all kinds of beautiful broccoli. This one wheelbarrow I've harvested. I've been harvesting since around 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me show you what I've harvested today and show you how beautiful the production is. This is what I've harvested today. 2 wheelbarrows, 8 cubic foot. This is not all of it. I try to harvest out everything that has a little discoloration. We'll freeze this. We have broccoli, cauliflowers, cabbages in here. Look at the broccoli here. See, isn't that beautiful? See how beautiful that is? You can't buy that. You can't beat that. Everyone that is of Yisraya we ought to be trying to have some kind of sustainable living whereby we can grow our food. Come on with me. I want to show you. Look at this beautiful kale here. Look how beautiful it is. We have beautiful kale. We harvest 2 bags of that. We have so much kale and greens, we cannot eat it all. But it is abundant. It's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that today. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful kale from Teshua, Teshua, Gan Teshua, the Garden of Victory Community. So here's a beautiful harvest here of kale, broccoli. Our oats will freeze. We have a huge walk-in freezer. Here's another bag. Beautiful kale. It's one thing about kale. You want to grow this because it is not susceptible to diseases like collards and all the other of that family. Look at that, how beautiful. It's tender. It's tender. Look at that. You eat it raw. You can saute this. You can eat it any way you want to. I love it sauteed a little bit. I love it raw. I love it sauteed with a little amino acids on that. And it's beautiful to the palate. It's a wonderful, delicious dish. I'm going to have the ox to take this to the dining hall for the host while I want to show you something else, all right? So give me one moment. I have to get on the radio and we'll be right back, all right? Hallelujah. I do want to share with you a little as the raised bed concept. Here in the raised beds, you can see, look at this. This is garlic. You see how it is already developing beautiful garlic along the pond here whereby we can supply all the water that we need for this. All these raised beds. If you take a look as the camera will span, look at all the greenery. These are thousands of garlic plants coming up that we will harvest during the time of June and will give us garlic, medicinal, and also for the purpose of, the culinary. I love garlic and everything. I love to eat garlic. We have those that love to eat it raw for the medicinal purposes, and it is a tremendous cure for everything. But this is all garlic. Let me show you this as well. I want to share this with you and let you see the cows, they're calving, and all of that. These are garlic beds here. Look at the garlic, how it is growing beautifully. It's coming up. We'll harvest thousands of bulbs, tens of thousands of garlic during the summertime. It is a job, believe me. So we have raised beds here that we grow in. All of this easily done. You can do it. Group of people, it is amazing what you can do if you pull your resources together. You have been taught how to be stingy. You don't care for each other. You don't want to live with each other. It's a sad thing, but you love living with the world. So this is what the raised beds are producing. All of this is garlic, all of this here. And these beds, we will utilize this to start our sweet potatoes during the summer months. We have an abundance of sweet potatoes we have harvested. I want to take this out of this greenhouse. You haven't seen this in a while. But I want to show you this. I have another project that I'll begin in March. We have a huge greenhouse. It's nearly, I would say 70, 80 feet long, about 45 feet wide. We are going to refit that greenhouse and also grow berries and things on the outside of that. I will show you that when we began, and I will show you that when we finish. And it's just a few of us laboring doing this. It can be done with just a few. Come on inside the house. All right, look at this. We have the beautiful wheat grass that we drink every day. We have wheat grass that we grow this that for the medicinal purposes. The wheat grass is one of the best things to grow for that purpose. Wheat grass here, harvesting. But look at this, all of this beautiful kale. We have lettuce, the tomatoes, and all of this are coming up. You can see that they're already flowering. And what I will do in the time, I will show you how to prune tomato plants. These all need to be pruned because these are what we call indeterminate. And the tomatoes will come at different times. With a determinate tomato plant, you don't want to do that. You get all the tomatoes at one time, but these are what we call indeterminate. And all of these leaves, you must break off. You do not want to water tomatoes from up above. You want to water and moisten the soil for them because they're very susceptible to diseases. And this is the easiest way to decrease that. But prune all of these vines. And what you will have here is something like this. We will have a video on next week just with that, pruning tomatoes. So we have tomato plants here. Some of the best fertilizer you can buy here, organic. You see this? It is called Job's. Very organic. It has all the biosome. It has the fungus. It has the bacteria and the biosome for the plants, for the root system to make it healthy. This is a fabulous fertilizer. A little bag like this will cost about $10, but this is enough. You see, all of this was fertilized out of this one little bag, and we still have fertilizing in here. We generally use our turkey litter because we have an abundance of that. The turkey litter will do the very same thing, a chicken litter. Turkey is best. So look what we have here. We have all of this here. We have all this. We have greens. We have spinach. We have greens. We have lettuce. And you can come. We can't eat it all. We grow it, but we cannot eat it all. We do not eat it all because we don't have the people to eat all this. And people do not want to pick because people tend to be quite lazy. Let me show you what's happening with the cows. You see some of the garlic. We've got to get this out because it is already seeding, so we can utilize that in the cooking process. So we have garlic here and everything. It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing to be able to assist each other in this manner. Look at the fresh, beautiful kale here. You can eat this. Come in here and do your raw kale salad. We got small cucumbers coming. Look. See, the cucumbers already coming. It's difficult to do this somewhere like Minneapolis or Michigan because they're so cold. The winters are so cold. But a simple greenhouse like this, very insulated. We have a wood-burning stove to produce heat. And we also have a propane heater for the late hours of the night. It doesn't take much. You spend $30, $40 a season in propane gas and all of that. You can't buy all of this. Fresh tomatoes, you can't buy that much for $30. Come on, I want to show you something here. The cows, they're calving, and the lamb, the sheep are kidding. So we want to take a quick journey here. Let me get my work bucket, my tool here. All right, we're going to look at the animals today. The healthiness, beautiful animals. This is part of the community. There are those that are strictly vegans or raw, and that's fine. But Yah gives us a dietary law according to His wisdom. And so there are those that say we must go back to the beginning. No, we must go in the process that Yah has ordained because we have fallen, our sin nature. So we cannot regress. You're not going to live to be 200 years old because you're eating vegan. You can live healthy, and if you produce food the way Yah says, you will not have the problems you have with the meat that you eat. Our chickens are free range. Come on inside. Must, one thing around here, close every gate when you enter. So I will take a look at the pastures here. We have them here for now. We have another large pasture, 25 acres across. You look at that large building there, the 25 5 acres whereby we graze them on that side. We let that grass kind of get a little break. And there, here, the sheep, they will eat everything down, but we continue to spread the manure on the field. You can see how the manure is spread on the field. See that? That's cow manure. And this here is lamb's manure. These little pellets. You see that? Sheep. Those little pellets. Just grass. So we continue to spread that to fertilize this, to give it the nitrogen and the nutrition that it needs. And this is what we're doing with the cattle and the sheep. As you can see, the sheep are in the orchard, and they constantly mow the grass down out of the orchard. That's our orchard here. They're mowing the grass down, keeping that low. You want to keep grass in an orchard, in your orchard, very low. All right? The weather's changing here. It's going to get quite chilly. So we have been splitting wood and making sure there's sufficient wood for the night. It's going to get chilly tonight and the remainder of the week here. Let me show you this, what we have here. These are cattle. We've had 2 calves born here. And we tend to take animals to the market for a little resource here, for finances. We can do things together. But these are sheep. We have one, look like one was born recently. These are the sheep here. Let's take a look quickly. You see that little one there? Look, 2. Look like one has been birthed in a day or so. You see that small black one? The little white one? Let's see if we can get closer. Come on. Yep. 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 They know that sound is a sound for it's time to eat. Yep. We have another lamb here. That one has been birthed, another one black and white head, beautiful lamb. We have another one here. So we have a calf here. Here we have calf. We have the birth of a new calf here. This is our bull. He takes care of all of these heifers, the cows. He's a big bull. He's an Angus bull. All these are his offspring. Look at him. We purchased this bull. He was a very small beast, his body. But because of grass feeding him, no corn or anything, just simply grass feeding and hay, look how he has filled out. Look how big he is. Probably around 1,100 pounds, 1,000 pounds here. This big bull here. Look at it. And his offsprings, they don't have horns like these cows here. Like the Jerseys and those that are mixed with the little Holstein. You see, the beautiful calves we have. Beautiful. Beautiful. We have, how many do we have? 2. These are just week-old calves here. This one some days old. This one maybe 2 weeks old, 2 or 3 weeks, 2 weeks old. Beautiful calves. All right. Let me show you this. All right. Over here is where we do. This is the farming aspect of the community. I can see that tin is coming off the building. We need to get all that fixed. So this is the farming aspect of the community. Let me show you this. Trying to give you an insight of how we maintain. You see the sheep here? We can see that they're kidding, as I said. Here's a little one here too. Here are 3 right here. You see that? You see those there? There are 3 ewes. 3 little ewes. And so they will begin to calf a kid during the course of this month and next month up until February, usually. March, the late stragglers. But it's a beautiful place. As the camera will pan this way, you see the community. We have a very beautiful community. It's very large. As I said, I will be showing you different aspects and different things, some of the things that we do here, how we live, our fellowship. It's a beautiful accommodation for us that have chosen. No one is compelled to live here with us. We don't want anyone here that doesn't want to be here with us. We prefer them leaving. We assist, we help in any way we can to get them out of here. Come on. All right. What I need to do is feed my goats, and I will do that, and then we're going to close this one out today, all right? So we have the pastures here, beautiful place. Also, what I'm going to do is in this area right here, I'm going to build a chicken house. It will be for guineas. There's nothing like guineas. The guineas will roam the pastures. They will spread the manure of the field just like the chickens. Our chickens are locked up right now, but they will spread the field. They will spread the manure, and they are one of the best things for destroying bugs and things that attack the orchard. Let me show you this. Come on, let me feed the goats. Put out some hay for them. I don't have my gloves, but that's all right. This is our community, Teshua. You can see from this direction we have fellowship. We have another tabernacle. We have a full gym. And what I'm going to do, there are those that say that the preacher's, somewhat out of shape. But I will show you. One day I will take you into the gym and I'm nearly 57 years old. I will show you, and I'm not boasting in that, but we can stay healthy even when we get old and be as virile and strong. I'm stronger now than what I was when I was 25 in the physical sense. Very much so. I'm much stronger. And do things that even at 25 I could not do, but I can do them nearly 57 years old. I can do that. So I will show you some exercise, especially for men over 55, to get all of that gut off of you and to make sure that the strength of your body, that you can double the strength of your body as far as what you need to do in order to sustain a physical strength and a growth. Come on, it's raining. I want to show you this before the rain comes. We're going near the orchard. Here in Jefferson, South Carolina, we have what we call sandy loam. We don't have, it is a mixture of sand, loam, sometimes red clay. So it's difficult to farm this land. You must be persistent. You must have an attitude of attack and to stay on it, because it rains today. This evening, it doesn't even look as though it has rained. And so it has to be a consistency of watering the crops. Isn't that a beautiful view there? Look at Teshua. This is Umma Teshua community. We have our herbs beds there on the right hand side as you come in, the beautiful herbs there. Isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful place. Very enjoyable place. Now my goats, let me call them. Yep. Yep. I want to get a little feed to my goats, all right? Yep. This is the orchard. We'll be pruning this sometime in the spring of the year. As I said, the sandy loam. We'll be planting peas here soon. We need to get, in a week or two, we'll be planting peas here in this garden here. If he will pan here, this camera, in this garden we will be planting peas and everything. We'll have fresh, spring, sweet, sugary peas. And also in garden 1, we will show you what we will do there once we begin. But this is our orchard. We have peaches, we have apples. You can see the budding of the peaches and the new buds coming along that push the leaves off. We will fertilize these and keep them up, keep them healthy. All right. So I must feed my goats today. Make sure that they have their daily allowance of hay. Watch this. Yep, 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 yep. They all, look at the cows. See, everyone is running. They know when they hear that sound, it's time to eat. We sometimes tend to give the goats a little more special attention. Beautiful little small herd. At one time we had hundreds of goats. The community was large, around 135 people. We're very small, that's why we don't need the large gardens and things of that nature. But this accommodates us well. All right. Yep. Yep. This is all natural. This is a soulful block. They get it's all natural. Get the nutritions and keeps the flies and things off of them. So beautiful of her. We need to butcher one. We simply butcher one. I will feed them now. Put out some hay because they're ready and they want to eat. So I'm going to give them something to eat. Yep. This is where we keep our hay. We harvest this hay in here. We harvest this hay from our own field, so we make sure there's plenty of hay in there. I'll get that later. So I will bring out a few bales. And it is heavy too. We have a mixture of weeds and grass. Goats love grass and mixtures of weeds. So I'll bring this out for them. Give them a new spot to eat. They must have come over there. I see that down. Spread it out. Spread this hay out. Yep. We tend to put dried molasses on the hay because it helps in the process of the digestion. That the enzymes help to help them to digest the hay. We'll put one more bale out for them. This will last a few days here. They'll eat it up. The goats are somewhat shy. Here it is. Hay for the goat. Much. All right, come on and eat. We'll begin on garden 1 here, whereby we will get this ready for planting for the spring. As I said, there's one thing about this area, you must have irrigation. If you don't have irrigation, you will be in trouble. And what we do, from this pond right here, this is a man-made little pond, no hole, but it certainly supplies all the water we need for irrigating the garden and all the fruit trees and this garden here. You can see here, this is our system to filter the water to make sure as we filter this from this pond, this will fill up during the course of the winter. Then in the spring we will begin to, as we began to process the garden, we will have this full of peas and all of that we will enjoy abundantly. I simply wanted to share this with you today. Much to do around here all the time. There's always work to do, but we enjoy it. We enjoy it. So if you think that is easy work, if you think that you can live like this and not work, that is one of the best things for you. It makes you healthy, your body is strong. It really does. It's nothing like baling hay and working in the garden when it's 80, 90, sometimes 100 degrees. But I enjoy that, the hoeing and laboring. It's a beautiful thing. I enjoy the community life, or this life of Chai Umah, the life of Yah in Yeshua, that we enjoy this as we live and enjoy the abundance of his riches. So until the next time, we will have a a broadcast on next week. I want to try to do this once a week. The people tend to look at this more than they listen to the messages. So if this is somewhat of a catalyst to draw you to the site, then let it be. It would be beautiful. So until then, we say to you, Yabarak Shalom Shalom.